exactly when it became uncool to be into arcade-style driving games, but everyone's been going crazy. The Gran Turismo being as big as it is, developers out there are trying to make like a sim-style driving, kind of the new big thing, and arcade-style driving games have kind of been left in the dirt. But Acclaim's trying to change that back with Burnout 2: Point of Impact for the PlayStation 2. Burnout 2 cuts right to the chase. It doesn't bog you down with any sort of storyline or customization features. It's simply a driving game, and it gives you a number of different modes and features to play with. It starts you out with a brief tutorial that teaches you how the game is played, how to power slide, and how to fill up your turbo meter, which is filled by driving recklessly. So if you drive on the wrong side of the road, or nearly miss other cars, or do big long power slides, you'll be filling up your meter pretty regularly. From there, you're on to the rest of the game's modes. It has a championship mode, which starts you out with kind of standard circuit races. You'll do anywhere from 3 to 5 laps around a track, and you'll take these races on in various series, up to 5 different races in one series, and so on. Getting golds in these championship mode races will unlock other championship options, like pursuit races, where you'll drive a cop car and have to ram another car off the road. And that's a lot like Taito's classic arcade game, Chase HQ. You also do head-to-head races where you'll take on one of the cars you haven't unlocked yet, and if you win that race, you'll unlock that car. In addition to championship mode, you can also race any of the courses you've unlocked in a single race mode, and there's also multiplayer options. But the other main mode is called Crash. The first Burnout was known for its amazing crash physics. Whenever you'd get into a wreck, you would see cars flying, they just splinter apart all over the place, and it was really amazing looking, but there was really no point to it. It just kind of got in the way, and you find yourself, kind of wanting to skip it to get back to the race. Crash mode in Burnout 2 kind of provides a method to this madness. The object here is to simply cause the most dramatic crash you possibly can. The first few crash zones start out pretty easily. You'll just barrel down a hill into an intersection and basically T-bone a truck, and that'll cause all kinds of chaos throughout the intersection. It's really cool to watch, and it'll actually show in slow motion, so you'll kind of see exactly how much havoc you've caused as it unfolds. It's wicked. Later sections in the Crash mode are almost more of a puzzle game. The third stage, for example, has you coming up on stopped traffic. You'll see a bunch of buses entering the freeway from the right side. Now, the buses are worth a lot of money when you wreck into them, so of course you need to find a way to get your car in the way of those buses and cause this huge bus crash. So if you go barreling into this stopped car, it'll hit slow motion, and you'll see the car kind of go up and kind of barrel over and just kind of do endos until it lands over in the on-ramp area and basically just racks up like 8 or 9 buses. It's pretty amazing. From there, it almost becomes more like a puzzle game. You have to figure out exactly where you need to hit to cause the most damage. The graphics in Burnout 2 actually make the gameplay more exciting. The sense of speed in Burnout 2 is really, really amazing, and it really, you feel like you're really, really moving, especially when you get the boost going. The whole scenery will kind of stretch out Fast and the Furious style, and you'll just take off, and the frame rate just stays solid. It's really impressive to watch in motion. You'll be weaving in and out of traffic, and just the sense of speed is really where it's at. But in addition to that, the textures and the animation and stuff in the game is actually also really, really good. There's some cool lighting effects. You'll see kind of the sun reflecting off the pavement or reflecting off your car in some of the courses. The rain effects are also pretty cool, and overall it just looks like an amazing game. Burnout 2 also sounds pretty good. The music is kind of your standard kind of action movie car chase music, and it serves its purpose nicely. It kind of stays in the background, but as soon as you get your boost meter filled up and kind of unleash that, the music will pick up and really start to kind of rock as you're speeding up the freeway, and it really kind of heightens the whole experience and makes it this kind of really tense moment. All the cars have different engine noises, and those all sound pretty good. The screech of the tires and the sounds of the cars shifting are all pretty well done also. In the end, Burnout 2 really isn't all that different from the original Burnout, but it just does a lot more with what it has to work with. The crash mode, definitely provides a sense of purpose for those great looking crash physics, and in all, the game just comes together a whole lot better than the original did. If you're a fan of arcade-based racing games, then this is really where it's at.